So the Black Eyed Peas released a song. I didn't even know they existed. I thought they were gone. I thought they were off the market. I genuinely thought they retired from music. They released a song.
When was the last time they released one before this?
Oh man, it has been years. It has been years.
The last time I remember hearing about them was Boom Boom Boom, I think.
Boom Boom Pow. I got
Boom
a
Boom
feeling.
Pow, yeah.
Yeah, they had another one after that, but they really haven't come out with much. And they released a single called Big Love. They've released a few singles actually over the years, but we just stopped listening to them after the end. So, one, I don't know if Fergie is even involved with the Black Eyed Peas anymore. She was not in this song.
Or in the video.
So the song is called Big Love, and they released a music video with the song as well. And it opens up with, it basically says, hey, there are issues like this going on, and we need to be aware of these issues, and if you're faint of heart, you probably shouldn't watch this music video.
Yeah, it says these are really hard to watch, but it's just as hard for children to watch this in person and should never have to live through this.
So I looked at that and I was like, I like giggled because I thought it was like a joke. It is not a joke. And it opens up with basically like a scene where it's like a school shooting basically. And they just don't hold back. It's almost like This Is America, where it shows something that is kind of harsh to watch. And
I would say it's even more brutal than This Is America. It's way more brutal. I mean, it's children in an environment, they're relaxed, everything's normal, and a shooter comes in, they blur out the shooter's face. I think that's an interesting artistic way to do it. They blur out his face, shooter comes in and shoots up a classroom. Shocking. It's really shocking to watch.
What is interesting is that this is not censored. Something like this, where somebody is being shot, is not censored on YouTube. But then YouTube will go and censor other things, right? I find that fascinating. And then on top of that, I mean, you would never be allowed to air that on TV. Ever.
Well, did you watch the recent South Park?
That's a cartoon.
True. just throwing that out there.
So anyways, obviously everybody has bid on this Big Love music video, and they say they're tackling school shootings, they're tackling gun violence, they're tackling immigration laws, basically in a heavy democratic way, which is fine. It's just they are basically taking a heavy political stance, and they're doing this. What I found interesting was when they released this song, it was the day before you had to register to vote. I find that interesting.
So what I think about this song is that, and it's definitely it's a 9-minute long song, or at least the video is. I don't know if this song.
This song is as
thing.
well.
It, to me, when I watched it, it's something where I was like, wow, you get emotional. It's a really sad video. But I 100% think that the Black Eyed Peas have been out of the mainstream. They're coming in and want to make a song that they were right on the whiteboards trying to come up with an idea that would make people look at them and talk about them again, which we are.
Yeah, here we are.
But I think that's what it was. I don't think they made this to try to persuade people's opinions necessarily, or they wanted people to agree with them and go, Black Eyed Peas are our people. We are rooting for them and we support them.
I agree. I will say they are, I just looked it up. They are working on an album. It's their 7th studio album. It's called Masters of the Sun. And its genre is hip hop, and then it says in parentheses political album loosely inspired on a graphic novel.
But do you not think in this political climate that that's a publicity move?
Totally, it totally is, and it's about the social climate, right? So I agree. I hope personally, as somebody who rates movies, and tries to put the politics aside, I just try to put politics aside for everything that I like. You try to go to entertainment to get away from things like this. You try to go to entertainment. You try to listen to music to avoid these issues. So I just hope that that's not the way the music industry is going, where everybody is putting on a political statement.
I completely agree. I mean, there's been political statements in songs all the time. It's okay to do, but when you oversaturate it and it's in all media, it just doesn't become a statement anymore. South Park just made an episode on school shootings. Black Eyed Peas just did a school shootings one. Obviously, it's something that's happened a lot recently. The news, the media keeps talking about it.
I mean, yeah, it's an issue.
It's an important issue.
It's a heavy issue.
Yeah.
I agree, and it should be talked about. It's just, and I understand nobody wants to talk about it, right? But I just don't know if music is necessarily the spot to be placing this conversation. Also, for the record, Fergie is no longer in the band.
She's out.
Departure as early 2018. I don't know why she left, but she did.
That is
one
interesting.
last thing I wanted to make a comment on about the music video. It made me giggle, personally. The policeman and the main military guy, when they put his back up against the wall with a immigrant or the kid, right? They put them back to back up against the wall. That guy from the group is blind. And I think that's hilarious that they put a blind guy with the gun.
The guy from the Black Eyed Peas was blind?
Yes, he's blind.
Really? I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure he's blind. I'm not 100% positive, but I think that dude is blind, and that's why he always wears those glasses.
Huh.
So I just found that interesting that he was the main guy with the gun.
The video ends with words coming up on the screen that say, we take our children away, or our children get taken away by the government, but we don't take the guns away from our children.
It's interesting.
It's a very interesting way to end it. I don't know who's not taking away guns from their children.
You would hope everybody, right? Well, we'll leave it at that. We don't want to get too political on the issue. Obviously, we may have to. The album is going to be released October 12th, 2018, so 2 weeks. And we will get back to you guys on how we feel about the album. It's obviously going to be heavy political. We would hope that we don't get too political in the conversation, so we will let you all know in 2 weeks. Another group that released a kind of a political thing this week was AJR. They're like the pop band kind of alternative music group. They sing I'm Weak and Sober Up and Burn the House Down. Those are like their main three, right? So they released a music video called Role Models, and it basically goes out to where they state the role models are not living up to their expectations. And then they call out people like Louis C.K. and Kanye West and basically anybody who is currently in the political spotlight. David, did you watch this music video at all or no? Because I know I sent it to you.
No, I didn't see this one.
It was interesting because what they do is they start close up on the lead singer and then they slowly back away.
Okay.
And then they zoom right back in close for the next verse. And then they zoom out slowly, and then they zoom right back in on the close again. So
are the other musicians playing when they're not on the camera, or do they only play when they're start to fade in?
They're playing the entire time.
Okay.
And it's just the three of them are sitting in a line, and then the camera starts close up to the middle guy's face, and then it zooms out, and then it goes up to the guitar, and then it zooms out. but it seems like it's zooming out. It was very interesting the way they did it, because what it makes you feel like is you on a close subject, here we are, right? But then when we start to talk about it, we distance ourselves because we don't want to talk about it anymore. I found that it was an artistic way to do it. I liked it. It was interesting. So I don't know. I just figured I wanted to talk about that this week because it obviously went hand in hand with the political statements that were going on with the Black Eyed Peas, and I also felt like it was also the day before. Once again, the day before you had to register to vote, and I think this music video ends with something that comes up and says, "Go out and vote." That's all it says. So it's just interesting that a lot of musicians are starting to do that.
Yeah, I guess all musicians are. I think everybody right now is a little bit unsettled, trying to figure out how
Politically
to vote
triggered.
politically. Yeah.